Hello YouTube, this is Matt Pullen, and I have not made any chess videos in quite some time because I was focusing heavily on my on my game authoring project for a while, but that's not really it's not really motivating me right now. So I've decided to put more effort into chess. In fact, I've signed up for a membership to the ICC, which is, by most accounts, the best internet chess club in the world. And I played in a Game 15 tournament last week, sort of a warm-up, which I won with a 4-0 score. And I'm thinking about playing in a tournament this coming weekend as well, the Midwest Class. So that should be fun. I hope I'm well enough prepared for that. Anyway, the fact that I'm getting back into chess might mean more videos for you guys. So I know many of you will appreciate that. I've been very infrequent with the videos lately. So this was a game, just to have a little bit of chess content in this video. This was a blitz game between two Grandmasters on ICC that I just watched, and is a rook ending. Should be fairly level. King f4 was played by white, and white is protecting his g-pawn. Now black would like to get his d-pawn going, but then white would capture on g6 and gain some serious counterplay with his g-pawn. So black decided to check the king away and capture the g-pawn, and he'll give up this pawn and try and win with the g-pawn. But because of the white king's proximity to the queen square, this should be a draw. I mean, the white king is cut off, which is in black's favor, but he's only cut off by one file, and the pawn is still so far back. So should be a draw, right? I mean, the king unblocks the pawn to advance, and there's not enough time to set up the frontal defense in this position, like say king d2 with the idea of getting the rook in front of the pawn. But now the pawn just pushes, and after say check, king g4, check, and here black will advance the pawn. So this is an example where the frontal defense is not enough, because you need 3 squares in between the rook and the pawn, and after g5 is only 2 squares. So checking distance, very important in practical play. So after king h5, preparing to push the pawn, there still is a successful defense. White has the right idea, moves his king e3, and after g5, king e2, and then the black rook has to move. So the black rook keeps the king cut off, of course. And now rook d1 is a good move. g4, but here white goes wrong, and granted this was a blitz game and they're very low on time, but I mean these players are both grandmasters, and white misses the drawing idea completely. He plays the rook in front of the pawn, but there are only 2 squares. If there were 3 squares, then it'd be okay. Black can't advance the pawn without letting the white king get in, so this would have been drawn. Instead, these moves actually happened in the game, and white forfeited on time, but is a lost position, because after a rook move, say rook h8, now g3, and black will obtain a Lucena position. So like say the rook moves behind the pawn, check, gets the king cut off 2 files, and then you know how to play the Lucena position, right? And so yes, rook will come here, and king will come, and the rook will block the check, etc. Okay, so let's give this position to you guys. After g4, what would you play as white if you were defending this position? You can pause the video if you want. Okay, the drawing idea here is to create a bridge in order to get the white king in front of the pawn. And how do you do that? Well, it's not rook g1. I mean, rook h1 would have been okay, after king g5. White would play, well, let's see. He should play Rook F1 right away. Rook F1 threatens the black rook. And if black rook just plays a move, like say, goes behind, then the white king is going to come in front of the pawn, and is an easy draw. Now, black could trade rooks, of course, but this endgame is also a draw. Say king h4 and just king g2. Now, after rook f1, again, if the rook capture, then is a draw, because black can't get his king to gain the opposition in front of the pawn. So yeah, I mean, white even could have checked and brought the king to g5 and then played rook f1 with the idea of king f2, king g1. So here takes, and now black can gain the opposition if he wants the distant opposition, but after king g2 is just a book draw. So yeah, after rook f1, how this is drawn is, I don't know, say the king goes here, and then I don't know, let's say black plays king g3. Because this is a knight pawn, white can just make moves with his rook indefinitely, and there's no way for black to make progress. Say rook e2, and I'll just make a rook move. The black rook can check, and just check there. And now here, there's no way to make progress. If all this stuff were happening one file to the left, then the rook could just go to the rook could just circle around and gain a skewer. But no, because it's a knight pawn, white is completely safe, even though his king and rook are tied to the back rank. I mean, this of course just loses to rook b3. So there's no winning attempt in this position. So anyway, yeah, this even for very good players, I mean, sometimes if you know the basic ideas by heart in these rook and pawn endgames, it can mean the difference between a draw and a loss. So yeah, I hope you guys remember this technique next time to build a bridge in order to get your king closer to the queening square. It can be a saving mechanism even if your king is cut off. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this brief video. And I've actually been working on another longer video, but I just haven't gotten the chance to finish shooting it yet. I tend to put a lot of time into shooting these videos. So yeah, look for that once I get a little bit more spare time, like after this tournament that I'm about to play. And have a good one, YouTube.